Good morning. Welcome back for a cup of coffee and a positive thought in the morning. Remember, one positive thought in the morning can help your whole day. I'm Tina Ann, and today we're talking about breathing. Breathing. We've talked about it before, right? Every list we make, how to be happier, how to be calmer, how to be a better friend, how to make better connections, how to have more energy, everything says breathing. So let's talk. I'm not going to do like a giant breathing lesson here, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the importance of breathing in our lives and why we should care about it and why it shows up on every single list, right? So breathing is the only autonomous function that we actually can control. You can't, okay, a few amazing people can, but most of us can't think our heart rate different or think about, make our stomach digest differently. And yet, we can hold our breath. We can control our breath. We can decide how much we breathe in, how much we breathe out. So, again, the only one that we have control over. Now, when we inhale, they're different too. The two different functions, inhale, exhale, have two different purposes. You thought it was all part of one thing, right? But we inhale, heart rate and blood pressure increases. Everything gets excited. Decrease. Heart rate and blood pressure decrease. Everything calms down. So, we want to focus on the exhale, right? Inhale, we're just getting in the breath in order to be able to get the breath out. Breathe in. Get the system awake. Hello, everybody. Let's do something. Breathe out. Calm, calm, calm. And, oh, excuse me. Our breath is linked to emotions. In fact, if you ever noticed when you're angry or you're upset, you get these, or you can even watch somebody else. Even a perfect example is a small child, right? You get really intensely emotion and your breathing becomes really short and shallow. That's just kind of a normal part of life, right? Anxious, angry. When we're happy, when we're calm, we take nice, deep, even breaths. And so it's a little chicken and an egg, right? Am I calm because I'm breathing well? Am I breathing well because I'm calm? The truth is, it doesn't matter because you're in control. So the study was done, and they found there is a unique footprint for every emotion, right? A different breathing pattern that is correlated with each different emotion. Sure, we just talked about a breathing pattern for angry and for calm. Why not, right? And in this, they did a study, and they asked the participants. They instructed them just do this breathing pattern. They didn't talk about the emotion that was linked to it. They just said just experience, and then they asked them, how did you feel? And shockingly, the study felt the linked emotion. The study pretty accurately described what. So just again, our body is our subconscious mind. We use our body to influence our mind, and breathing is a tool we have not yet begun to understand. And so, challenging intense emotions with words. Okay, you're upset and someone says calm down. It'll be okay. Nice to hear, but we all know they don't really help much, right? In fact, they're kind of annoying. Leave me alone right now. I don't want to hear happy words right now. But your breath can impact your state of mind. So, Ohm's law. Okay, we're going to do a little science again, right? Ohm's law. Energy cannot flow through resistance. And resistance is exactly what it sounds like it is. Constriction. Anything that restricts the flow. Energy is a flow. Anything that restricts the flow is resistance. In an electrical current, a resistance might be a blocker. I don't know enough electrical current to talk about it, but we know what resistance is in our bodies, right? That's that anger. That's that unhappiness. That's those negative emotions create resistance, okay? And we know that the more energy we have, the better we feel. Nobody says, oh, I have so much energy, I feel lousy, right? Nobody says, oh, I wish I would get rid of all this energy so I could... No. When we're drained, when we're sick, we don't have any energy. We're looking for energy. Where is our energy, right? So we know that the more energy we have, the better we feel. the truth is, our body is an archive, right? And it remembers all physically. As we talk about this relationship between body and spirit, right? Our body is an archive, and it's a container of remembrance of all of our unprocessed emotions. And some people believe that that container even contains unresolved emotional conflict from previous lives or from family history in your genes. So this is a really big, whatever you believe, even if it's just what you want to just talk about what you carry in your body, you're carrying it, and that resistance, that lack of resolved emotion, it settles in our body, in our pelvic bowl. Okay, now this is where we store our emotions. We store them from our navel to our pelvis. That's called the pelvic bowl. In fact, it's also called the solar plexus, right? It's also your solar plexus, or one of your fifth chakra. So your solar plexus is your gut, right? So what we do sometimes is when we're upset, or what we do all the time when we're upset, or when we're feeling deep, intense emotions, is we shorten our breath. And those shortened breaths, what happens? They don't go very deep. So they don't go down to the pelvic bowl. So we're not pulling that stuff up and releasing it, right? It's down here stirring. And to avoid that, we even sometimes breathe shallowly so that we're not, don't touch that, right? We don't want to disturb don't poke the beast. I don't want to disturb, that's all down there. But think about this for a minute. Your solar plexus, that's your gut, right? You talk about feeling it in your gut. You get with bad news and you hit it, it hits your gut. Or you're worried about something, or you're remembering old painful hurts. Physically, sometimes we can feel that, and it disrupts digestion, right? Back to the pelvic bowl. Anyway, feel it in your gut. That's what we're talking about. So, the vagus nerve, we talked yesterday. Vagus nerve is the nerve that runs all through your body, connecting all your organs and connecting you to and that's your sympathetic, parasympathetic nervous system, right? That's where your body decides if it's going to be in a fight or flight intense mode, or we're going to be in a rest and digest peaceful and calm mode. So isn't this funny how this is all coming together, right? The vagus nerves run through the body, and with endings that are in your belly button and in your stomach, and then sends those feelers down into that pelvic bowl. Because the truth is, you can't avoid it. You think you can squish it down there. We think we can repress and push it down. I'm never going to talk about it. I'm never going to touch it. I'm just going to live in this upper part of my world and not go into the archive of pain, right? But the truth is, your nerves run down there, so you can't really avoid it. It's talking to you, whether you like it or not. So the vagus nerves link to all our vital organs, all of our systems. And when it's activated, it acts as a brake, right? A brake pedal to slow down the systems. If I'm in fight or flight, I need to be worried about getting where I'm going, not digesting my breakfast, fight or flight. Every breath activates the vagus nerve. The deeper the breath, the deeper the activation. And when we breathe deeply, the pedal slows down. We move from that intensity into the parasympathetic nervous system, into the rest and digest phase. And so breathing actually can impact things like our executive function, ability to make decisions, observation, emotional control, social interaction. What? Is this all in my gut? Yes. It's all in your gut. So think about this. The eye of the storm. You know a hurricane. You got the eye. Everything's swirling around, right? Swirling, chaos, unhappiness, destruction. We think of a hurricane, right? But in the center, this their calm center. This the eye of the storm. Deep breathing can help us find that center. Deep breathing can move us out of the destruction and the chaos of the hurricane into the calm and peaceful center. The destruction, let's be really clear, not going away. All the things that impact us, all the things around us, all that stuff, is still happening. But if I can see it from the eye of the storm, I'm not in it, right? Being in the eye of the storm makes us more connected. We communicate more clearly. We're less reactive. We're more in control. Breath can move out what's in our pelvic junk drawer. Think of that as your junk drawer. That's that place where, you know, that drawer in your house where you put all that crap nobody knows what to do with. That's your pelvic junk drawer. A deep breath, not panting, deep breathing, actually goes down into the pelvic junk drawer, starts pulling up the stuff you're not dealing with, and you're going to release it. So studies show that right now the average one of us spends about 2 hours a day on social media. You think that's positive? You think that's happy time? Because the studies show that social media brings out negative effects, right? So we all need this a little bit every day. Now, the question is, do you know that breathing 5 minutes a day of deep breathing can change your life? What? What are you talking about? When I'm breathing, I'm going to feel better right then, right? But the truth is, if you do the deep breathing 5 minutes a day, truly do this, studies show, this impacts your entire day. It's not just about what happens right after the breathing exercises. And like anything, things we do consistently bring long-term effects. So, 5 to 10 minutes a day activates the parasympathetic nervous system. It puts us in a rest and digest, slows down our heart rate, brings on peace, calmness, and peacefulness and in control, and that in turn helps feed our energy. So is it an indulgence, right? Is it an indulgence to spend 5 to 10 minutes a day breathing? Ain't nobody got time for that. But what if it made a difference? What if this little regimen could change your life? Worth a try, right? So I'm in the process. I'm going to do this in the next 30 days. I'm doing my own deep breathing challenge now that I'm learning so much about breathing. Deep breathing 5 minutes a day. So here's what we're going to do. For 5 minutes a day, you're going to find yourself in a quiet space. I know you think you don't have 5 minutes. You're busy. But ain't nobody got time for that. But you do, right? What if you did spend it 5 minutes when you first got up in the morning? Before you got extra out of bed, when you're just still laying in bed and that time is yours, right? But if you stole 5 minutes during your day, you get a lunch break and set your timer and spent 5 minutes breathing. You can do it. Anyway, here's what happens. So, you're going to relax. First thing we're going to do is relax, right? We're going to get into a comfortable position and relax our body, and you're going to feel your body move with each breath. This is a physical exercise that you need to be aware of and a part of. So we're going to be present, and we're going to feel the breath moving in and out of our lungs. Allow yourself permission to let go of everything. For this 5 minutes, we're going to just think about breathing. You're just going to think about air moving in and out of your lungs. We'll talk about focus later because, as you know, I suffer with ADHD and focus is a big challenge for me. So we're going to talk on another day about how to focus. But for now, we'll just say we're going to focus on our breathing for 5 minutes. We're going to let go of everything that happened before this minute, everything that's going to happen after this minute. All there is this 5 minutes that we're going to spend breathing. Let go of all expectations, right? You have no expectations. We're just going to breathe. It's not an exercise. It's not anything big. We're just going to breathe. Allow the mind to settle into your heart. Listen to the beat of your heart while you're breathing. It's you and your body. Accept yourself for exactly who you are at this moment. Now move your mind to your breath. I want you to notice the physical rise in your chest. When you breathe in, when you inhale, and back down. You can do it on your belly too. Fill it up. Put your hand on your heart. Feel it. We're going to feel the breath, right? Drop back down. Feel it. Fills up, drops down. Now, lengthen the effect. So we have a lengthening effect when we inhale and a deepening exhale, right? So we just want to be aware. Lengthen the inhale, deepen the exhale. Notice your breathing deepening. Notice now, as you've been doing this for a few minutes, and maybe you're not doing the exercise right now, so when you do it, notice breathing deeply. Bring in peace, calmness, and serenity on the inhale. Peaceful, calm, and serene. And then let the tension and the fear and the anxiety out as you exhale. Everything that doesn't serve you is gone on the exhale. Internally, I want you to envision your breath. Now, for me, I think of it as a gold light moving around. I try to see it moving through my veins and arteries and through my breath. And I visualize oxygen as drops of golden drops of life, right? Coming out of the air into my bloodstream and being spread around my entire body. And this visualization helps me to be one with my body, right? It helps me kind of feel. Breathing is, we can feel it. So a visualization of this golden light moving through your body, it helps you experience, right? We're adding senses to our experience, to making it experiential, right? We're not just gonna feel it. We're gonna imagine it. We're gonna be one with it. All right, now we're bringing in the peace and the calmness and the serenity on the inhale, and we're letting go of tension, fear, anxiety on the exhale. Now do this for 5 deep breaths, in and out. Hands on your tummy. Do it. We'll do it real quick. We'll do one real quick, and then you do it at home. Count, right? You count up, and how many can you count to? Like, I like to count to 6 or 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're gonna do 5 breaths like that. Then after the 5th breath, then you're going to inhale your maximum amount. You're going to take your last 5th breath and you're going to inhale and count until you can't inhale anymore. Then you're going to exhale. Same count. If you inhale 8, you're going to exhale 8. If you inhale 10, you're going to exhale 10. And you're going to stay with that count for 5 more breaths. In, out, even breathing, but very deep as you can go. Allow the count to drop away. Allow your internal vision to drop away. And now just clear your mind. And notice the smoothness of your breath, the quietness of your mind, the stillness of your body. Then you open your eyes and come back to the world and ready to start your day. 5 minutes of deep breathing. 5 minutes of you loving yourself. 5 minutes of you breathing in the goodness of life, letting go of what does not serve you. Now, 5 minutes seems like a long time to do nothing but breathe, but we just talked about all the advantages. You're worth it. So, we're going to try to, I'm going to add deep breathing, 5 minutes of deep breathing to my morning routine. Hard for me. I get bored in 5 minutes, but we're going to do it because I think the benefits are so worth it. And so I'll leave you with this one little thought. And this is what I try to remember. Each breath is a prayer. With each breath, you bring in the goodness of God's world, of God's love, of all the riches of the universe that are available to you. And every exhale is a thank you. Gratitude for all those gifts. Letting go of all those things that don't serve you, and grateful for all the things that you do. Good morning, my friend Christopher. I gotta get better at this Facebook thing, because I don't know if I'm, reload site, I don't know if I'm seeing all the comments. Sometimes I see them after. Anyway, that's kind of that's kind of our show for today. Breathing. So simple. So powerful. So much impact on our lives. You can do it. Take 5 minutes a day. Schedule yourself to breathe. Breathe yourself into happiness. Breathe yourself into calmness, peacefulness, and control. Breathe yourself into plenty of energy so that you can be that happiness ambassador, smiling and bringing joy wherever you go today. That's your assignment. Breathe deep and spread joy. All right. Talk to you tomorrow. Make it a happy day.